dog.
Three-quarters and 124.4.
Trot, he's straight on top by 4 lengths.
Hi, and welcome to our show, the fastest half hour in harness racing history. And to get it done, I'm Steve Ross, and my partner is Shannon DiAntonio, as always. And we have a lot of action today, Shannon, and we ought to get right to it. And it starts right here this past Sunday at Chester, and a terrific race. It was No Perfect Escape. Went to the gate, the 6-5 favorite. TH Jackpot was the second choice. Let's see what happened. Here's the call with James.
And they're off. Desmet is fastest away from the outside. No Perfect Escape showed a flash of speed, but quickly eases off. Kiva Key is up close at the cones as they race into the first turn. And it's Desmet who clears the front. Kiva Key protects the pocket spot, and No Perfect Escape is an up close third. It's a gap of 3.5 back to Raiders Legend, followed then by PH Jackpot racing off the cones. Cam's Conqueror is trying to close off a seat. Then I Want to Be Sedated parked in this early going. Beware Beret is the early trailer, about 11 lengths off the pace. The opening quarter was 27-1. They come past us for the first time, and it's Kiva Key by 1.5 lengths from Desmet in the pocket spot, and No Perfect Escape is just off the speed and up close third. Raiders Legend was racing in the fourth spot and 5.5 from the front. PH Jackpot still off the cones, is 7 off the pace. Cam's Conqueror continues to save ground. I Want to Be Sedated is fourth over, moving into the bridge turn as No Perfect Escape comes out from third, and Beware Beret continues to trail. He's 7 lengths off leader No Perfect Escape through a half of 56-2, and No Perfect Escape clears the front from Kiva Key as they enter the backstretch. Desmet is a tracking third. Raiders Legend is uncovered, and 3.5 lengths off the lead. No room for Cam's Conqueror. PH Jackpot is behind stale cover, and I Want to Be Sedated is prompted 3 wide from the back of the pack. Beware Beret continues to trail. He has some work to do. He's 7 lengths off No Perfect Escape, who quickly opens up by 4 on Kiva Key and Desmet. 3/4 in 123-1. They're approaching the top of the stretch, and they're all chasing No Perfect Escape, who leads it by 5. Desmet moves up at a second from Kiva Key, who's flattening a bit at the cones. They're at the top of the stretch. No Perfect Escape leads a diminishing 3.5. Desmet is giving chase. Cam's Conqueror at the inside with Kiva Key and I Want to Be Sedated, but it's No Perfect Escape.
Tony Morgan threw a 26 4 third quarter at them, and that essentially won the race for him, and No Perfect Escape wins in 151-1. Desmet, a 52-1 bomber, won a huge mile to get second, with Cam's Conqueror third. With his views on the race, let's talk to Tony Morgan now. You sat third, you brushed the lead on a 57 4 half, and then you threw like a 26 4 third quarter in their face. Is that where you essentially won the race?
He was just really good. I don't think it would have mattered how it went. He was on his game, and when he's on his game, he's really good. He's dominates that class when he's good. He's a little inconsistent, but seems to be rounding into shape now.
Now let's have a look at Sunday's open pace. It was a great mile. And here's all the information with Shannon. Shannon?
Thanks, Steve. The open pace on Sunday was for $40,000. Tim Terick takes 4-star Sioux over Boulder Creek this week. Tivoli Hanover is back from Pocono off 3 in a row against the open company there. Philos Hanover, he was a winner, 2 back in 49-3, which was a lifetime best. Let's take a look at the race.
They continue single file through the bridge turn, and Tivoli Hanover leads 1.5 lengths from Philos Hanover and Boulder Creek, and PSI Love You Heartbreaker edges out first over through a half of 55-1. Across the bridge and onto the backstretch, Tivoli Hanover leads by 1.25 lengths. Got a tap of the whip there from Tony Morgan as PSI Love You Heartbreaker applies pressure from first over. Philos Hanover is locked in the box. Up front, Jerry is second over and 2.5 off the leaders. Boulder Creek is hemmed in. 3 of Spades is third over. He has 4 lengths to make up, and 4-star Sioux is 5.5 off the pace, 3/4 in 122-2. Into the far turn, it's PSI Love You Heartbreaker by 3/4 of a length. Tivoli Hanover is digging deeper at the cones. 3 of Spades is sweeping up 3 wide, and then it's Philos Hanover in tight quarters. He has 3 lengths to make up. They're at the top of the stretch, and it's PSI Love You Heartbreaker under strong Matina surging, but 3 of Spades is coming right to him. 3 of Spades on the outside. PSI Love You Heartbreaker. 3 of Spades.
Bombs away 28-1. 3 of Spades and Ron Pierce. 3 wide move into the final turn. He has a great late kick. Gets him up today to beat the open company. Second, PSI Love You Heartbreaker. He went a real tough first over effort against Tivoli Hanover. 15-1 there. Nice exacta.
Bomber exacta.
And for third, Philos Hanover. Catman worked out a perfect pocket trip. Just got up for third today.
And Tivoli stopped to a walk on the stretch. She had the lead, turned her home, finished last.
And he was the 7-5 favorite. So you get the 7-5 favorite off the board and 2 bombs, first and second. Makes for a nice payoff today. 150-1, a new lifetime mark. Next, we're going to go to one of the top trainers here at Harrah's Chester. His name's Kelvin Harrison, and I caught up with him a little bit earlier today. Here's Kelvin. Kelvin comes off 748 career wins as a trainer. He's closing in on $10 million in career earnings. Kelvin, thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure.
Well, could you tell us a little bit about how long you've been training and what made you want to get into this?
Well, I started when I was really young. I started when I was 15 years old. I got out of school when I was 15, so I've been doing it over 40 years. And always sort of liked it. I was born in New Zealand and raced there originally, and came here in 1972, and I've raced here ever since.
Can you tell us a little bit about your stable now? Where are you currently stabled? How many people work for you? How many horses do you have?
Well, I'm currently stabled at Magical Acres, which is in Chesterfield, New Jersey, and we've got 35 horses there.
Well, I know one of my favorite horses that you have is Devilfish. Can you tell us a little bit about him?
Well, Devilfish is a great horse. Actually, we had him bought last year for $175,000, and the guy backed out, and he broke down. We bought him for about a quarter of that after that.
Can you tell us what your biggest win has been so far in your career?
My biggest win was the Woodrow Wilson, 1989. They went for $1 million back then. That was my biggest.
Not bad. And who was the horse?
San Francisco Bend.
San Francisco Bend. And tell us, what's been your best memory?
Well, that was my best, your best day, so to speak. But there's been a lot of great memories, and had some great horses over the years, and been pretty lucky. What's your goals, and where do you go from here? What's next? I just like to carry on and just keep doing as long as I can, and no real goals, just happy what I'm doing.
Thanks, Kelvin. Thanks, Shannon. It's time now, when we come back, to have a look at a great USTA piece. It's about strategy, about driving a harness horse. And who better to tell us about that than John Campbell? When we come back, don't go away.
Alex is the food guy. He's actually forgotten more about lamb than you'll ever know. He made the reservation, he ordered the wine, and he's the one to thank for this meal. So while you know terms like split aces and double down, he knows terms like drawn butter and pan-seared. And when dinner comes, there's just something nice about having him at the table. That's why he'll always be a part of your group. Everyone plays a part at Harrah's.
One breeder has had more winners than any other. One breeder has produced the most world champions. One breeder has held the record for earnings since records have been kept. One breeder has dominated the industry with the top stallions, the best broodmares, and the most sought-after yearlings. Hanover Shoe Farms, the greatest name in harness racing.